Today, we're going to talk about the rise and fall of TXO. Let's go. I'm sure most of you living in the UK have heard about TXO. And if you haven't, let me give you a little reminder. Before we jump into the video, do me a favor and click the subscribe button. It does help me create more videos. Well, TXO is a group of YouTube pranksters here in England. It's a very diverse group. They had roughly around 11 to 14 different members from what I counted. TXO started uploading on their channel around 2013, and at that point, pranking channels were starting to pick up. It was becoming a thing on YouTube, and you put out good quality content. You were making pretty good money on YouTube, and TXO totally did so well within that genre, niche, whatever you want to call it. What set TXO apart from different pranking channels on YouTube was the fact that all their pranks were real. And I mean, every single prank was 100% real. If you look back to most of their pranks, and if you have seen most of their pranks, you realize that the police gets called at nearly the end of each prank. Like, they pretty much became well known by police in London. Some police officers actually found it funny. TXO was very unique. They would always try and top up the previous prank that they did. And I mean, these guys pushed the envelope. They did social experiments. Some I felt were very controversial. But either way, they were consistent. They kept putting out material. The way I viewed TXO was sort of like a band, like a rock band or a group. But with any group, you'd have to have the lead singers, the lead performers. I would call it the lead performers and backup dancers, of course. That's just how it is. This is not my opinion, but based on the fans' engagement and who they prefer to watching videos, was Gomez and Nathan. The fans seem to love every video that Nathan and Gomez appeared in. I'm not going to name all their names, but you get what I'm trying to say. There's certain members whose videos just stood up more for fans, and that's a fact. But of course, with any group, you'd always have someone behind the scenes calling the shots, coming up with the ideas, sort of like the director, producer, cameraman, and the person behind this group. This channel was known as DigiDan. Yes, DigiDan. And one thing about this group, what I noticed with TXO is they were so daring with their stunts and pranks simply because they were about that life. And what I mean being about that life is, for example, someone like DigiDan, before making pranks, as he had said himself, he was affiliated with gangs prior to creating TXO. Not all, but you know, they were daring, and not even to promote that lifestyle, but I guess that made them more fearless. They were willing to go ahead and do any prank fearlessly, shamelessly. And of course, them being so unique gave them a cult following, and they had a loyal fan base. At this point, they're having the BBC making a mini documentary series about that group. The BBC's Inside Out show. Follow them around to see how they do certain pranks, and just for them to showcase their personality to the public, I suppose. Because most of their pranks were very controversial, though their fans loved them, but not everyone liked their pranks. DigiDan, aka the mastermind, then decided, how about we do a bomb hoax? As you all know, cities like London have suffered from terror attacks. It's a very sensitive subject, very sensitive. Honestly, even if it's a prank, I wouldn't recommend anyone to do such pranks that are very sensitive to the public. So basically, this prank involved a teenager going around with a briefcase with a clock inside, giving it to the public, obviously pretending and acting like it's a bomb. And of course, the public would be frightened, but they're scared. Great reaction. It's good for views. But it's not good for the person being pranked. Like I said, it's a very sensitive subject. You can imagine that prank did not go down well with Londoners. He got good views, he did, but he was sentenced to 9 months in jail for the bomb hoax and fake robberies. And some of you might say, well, that's not fair. That's not fair. But it's a serious charge and it's a serious crime, so I wouldn't recommend any prankster doing bomb pranks. And obviously, this impacted the group heavily. The reason why I say this, he helps come up with the ideas. He's the cameraman, and he also edits the videos. Though others play a big role as the performers in front of the camera, DigiDan played a bigger role behind the camera. Things actually got worse for the group. 5 members of the group now got charged for a fake robbery. So during this prank, the group stormed Tate Britain, wearing tights on their faces, and they pretended to rob the art gallery. It's mainly tourists going in there. And as a tourist, when you're traveling, when you hear danger, see danger, the first thing you do is run. And that's exactly what everyone in the art gallery did. They all started running for the doors. An online news article actually covered this, stating art lovers fled in panic and one woman passed out while others were trampled on. Now, if a judge hears that the members of the public were pushed to the ground, some trampled on, out of fear, they won't see that as a prank at all. And of course, all 5 members involved in the prank were sentenced to 12 to 20 weeks in jail. At this point, the group has lost a mastermind behind the group, most of the group members, and among the 5 was Gomez. And like I mentioned before, Gomez and Nathan were the fans' favorites. You can sort of see where I'm going with this. So now fans were having to get used to new members, new faces, and some liked it, some didn't, but this all affects viewership. Another news article did cover them, and it quoted one of the members stating that they're gonna tone down the pranks. Now, that's a problem because the fans fell in love with them for being so daring, doing pranks no one else would think of doing. And due to the circumstances, it would obviously be wise to tone it down a little bit. But during this period, the 5 members that had got sent to jail separate from Digidan, now gorillas, 4 of them gorillas, but one of them was not coming out. Gomez, who's originally from Portugal, was being deported back to Portugal. The law in the UK works like this. If you've migrated to the UK and end up committing a crime, a serious crime, they will deport you back after serving time, or they could simply just deport you straight away. And of course, a petition was created for Gomez not to be deported. The fans signed it. Go behind Gomez. The decision was reversed, and Gomez was to be a free man under one condition: he does not get in trouble for at least minimum a year. So at this point, the fans have got back one of their favorite performers, but he has to be careful. He can't be as daring as he used to be previously in his pranks. He now has to tone it down. Literally, he ain't got a choice. So obviously this was having an effect on the channel. There's no way it wouldn't. That did not last long at all because Digidan was back on these streets. And when Digidan got back, things were pretty much back to the way they were. So obviously now they're thinking, cool, the whole group's back, the gang's back. What can we do? We've got to do something big. And of course, so they come up with this idea. How about we dress up as killer clowns, buy a chainsaw, and chase unsuspecting members of the public during a time when people in America are reporting that killer clowns are literally killing people. I mean, come on, you could see where this is going. And of course, they uploaded the prank, the views were great, the fans are loving it, the views are coming in, boom, 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 but the London public is not happy with it. Not all, some were just not happy with it. And at this point, YouTube started putting restriction on content, on what can and can't be monetized, not just for the group, but YouTube as a whole. So now, creating pranks like that, it's a bit harder making money from them than it was previously before all the new restrictions came into play. Obviously, this puts TXO in a bit of a predicament. The fans love us, but the British public hates us. What do we do? And of course, if you're an influencer, celebrity, in America, naturally, you'd go to Oprah, give your side of the story to let the public know that, listen, this is my side of the story. But this is the UK. We don't have Oprah over here. But we do have someone who celebrities and other members of the public tend to go to when they want to share their side of the story. And that's no other than Piers Morgan. Now, I watch Good Morning Britain a lot, and the way it usually works is if someone comes in with a certain argument, the show will bring in a guest opposing that argument. So they sort of create a courtroom scenario to make it non-biased. And of course, the judge being Piers Morgan, the good cop being Susanna Reid. When I first saw this, the first thing that came to mind was, oh, no, don't do it if you know Piers Morgan. And when Digidan and 2 other members of TXO showed up, man, they got destroyed.
Sorry, but you understand there's nothing funny in the current world of extreme terror threats to this country that there's nothing funny about staging bomb hoaxes and mock robberies.
I absolutely agree.
So, do you understand that's not funny? So if you understand that's not funny, why is it funny for you guys to wear clown masks with chainsaws and terrorise young people, old people, anyone you want to get a kick out of, to bung it on YouTube and make yourselves famous?
See, this is what I mean. You're painting us with the same brush as these other viral videos you've seen. That's not something we're responsible for.
My point is, you think what you do is pranking.
Are you going to let me answer your question?
But obviously, the law doesn't agree with you. They think
you're not.
Very unpleasant pieces of work, making fun out of people, staging bomb hoaxes and mock robberies. And the problem with that is, you don't seem to have learned your lesson.
You're not letting me answer your question. Well, that's the real problem.
My question is this. You come out of prison, having gone to prison for doing this, and you carried on doing it, and here you are defending it.
They could barely get a word in. I mean, I was just looking at Digitan's face, and I just thought... you could see on his face, like, why did I come here? Who thought it was a good idea in the first place? Honestly, it was a horrible idea. And the opposing guest was a police officer.
I've seen some other clips that these people here have recorded with clown masks on. One involved a clown mask and a chainsaw. Another one involved clown masks, rivers of blood, and people pretending to be disemboweled. And I saw the reaction from the people to your, what you would call, pranks. They were clearly distressed. They ran away as fast as they possibly could, and I failed to see the humour in that.
Usually Susanna Reid would jump in and be like, you know, let's balance it out. But at this point, she just let these guys get. But this is what one viewer said, Aaron. This is what he said. There was a clown in a back garden just 2 days ago at 2 a.m. in the morning. Lock them up. They shouldn't have gone on that program. At this point, things weren't exactly going in Trust Station's favor. The YouTube restrictions were not helping at all in terms of monetizing their videos. At the start, the police found it funny, but now we got to the point that would rather we don't have to deal with you anymore than having to be called for pranks. They kept releasing content, but one person wasn't in the videos anymore. Nathan, who was one of the fans' favorites, he can no longer take the risks that he took now that he's got a family to look after, which is understandable. He's matured. Now, Nathan was one of the main performers, and he's gone. He's out of the picture now. But of course, the show must go on. They kept releasing videos. But another person who I thought was very talented, James Slattery. This man was so convincing in his performances that honestly, if I didn't see the title prank, I would honestly assume it's for real. Like, it's the real deal. About a year after Nathan's departure, he then posted a video on his personal channel stating that he had left Trust Station. He claims that at this point it wasn't financially stable for him to stay at Trust Station, so he had to leave. I'm not surprised at that, because Trust Station had such a big team. Financially, it must have been hard for everyone to get a piece of the pie because it was such a large group. After doing a bit of research, I actually found out that Nathan and Gomez actually had a YouTube channel way before Trust Station came about, when they were still 16, I believe, and they posted on this channel from 2010 till 2013. And of course, as you all know, 2013 is the time Trust Station started. In 2017, Nathan and Gomez created a new YouTube channel called AHTV Pictures. But of course, they still collaborate with the other Trust Station members. They still show up in their videos on their personal channel. So at this point, the majority of members had left Trust Station. The views declined, the engagement declined, but they still do post every once in a while to keep the YouTube channel active. By the end of the day, the fans fell in love with the original group. But obviously, everyone grows up, everyone matures. Who knows? Maybe they might all get back together one day. But obviously, it's just not the same. It's not the same as it was when it started. I feel like they could have been one of the biggest prank channels on YouTube, because once again, no other YouTuber was making pranks 100% real like they did. Not just on the basis of being real, but extremely daring. Pranks that other YouTubers would stage, but they kept it 100% real. And if you think otherwise, please let me know of any other prank channel that you think fits in that category, and I'd love to check it out. I don't know, but sometimes I feel that maybe the fans may have been asking for too much of them. which probably caused them to create content that was a bit way over the top that ended up getting them in trouble. But that's just my theory. Maybe the demand from the fans was a bit pressurizing. Tell me what you think. I don't know. Do you feel like, no, they were a bit OTT, they overdid it. Some of the pranks were a bit too much. What do you think? I don't know. Anyway, let me know your views. I would honestly love to know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If we get 10 likes, that would be great. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.